there any concerns with traffic flow in the city? And what are your ideas? Mayor Doug Schmitz, you'll have the first opportunity for this.
I do believe we do have traffic flow problems. I mean, everybody knows that when school is on, Red River Avenue here, County Road 2 and 50 interchange there is backed up. They're backed up on 2, going out past the high school. We're in discussions with the county trying to figure out what we can do with that intersection. One of the ideas was to purchase some land and put a roundabout there. Don't know if that's going to be the answer, but I think it truly would help. You know, you keep the traffic flowing and not the stop and go. And I also feel that the city needs another north-south corridor to alleviate some of this problem we have on Red River Avenue. And for twofold. One is to release some of the traffic on there, but two, and the main is eventually Red River Avenue is a county road and it's going to have to be reconstructed. If they tear up that street, it's going to be pretty tough going from north to south through town. So I truly believe we need to find another north-south corridor, and be it to the east or to the west, you know, out of 178. But I think we really need to look at that very hard in the very near future.
Councilman Bob Thelen.
I agree with much of the things that the mayor said, because actually most of what he just said are things that I've been pushing for the last several years, trying to get the council to agree to open up the planning commission and let us do some planning, let us do some things, to do some exploration, to see if there are grants to help us pay for road improvements, and several of those kinds of things. So, and it's been a struggle. There's been a lot of resistance to the idea of doing some planning, of the idea of planning another north-south corridor. There's been a good deal of debate and struggle over where we should have sidewalks and where we should have trails. But over the last couple of years, we've been able to actually open up some dialogue and actually begin doing some planning. And so I feel very good about the fact that we've started that process. So some of the things that you've already heard are true. We do need to do some of those things. The roundabout, well, that's to be discussed. But again, I like the idea that at least he's being able to talk about some of my ideas in this forum. That's a very positive thing.
Mayor Doug Schmitz, 30 seconds for rebuttal if you'd like.
Pass.
All right. That's going to wrap up our questions from the audience. Actually, we exceeded the time limit that our criteria allowed for tonight. We were going to allow up to 10 minutes for audience questions, but we had some great questions, and I'd like to thank the audience for participating. Here is an opportunity for our candidates to add some final comments. Bob Thelen, you'll have the first opportunity to wrap things up for yourself here tonight, and you'll have 2 minutes.
First of all, again, I want to thank everybody for participating. This is a very strained, very difficult forum for you to get to know us, because of the fact that in 2 minutes you really can't elaborate on what you really think and feel. But again, I hope you got a glimpse of some of the differences between the two of us. I would really like very much to be the next mayor of Cold Spring. I think I bring the skills that we're going to need as we move forward as a city with some of the development things that are before us. And so again, I would appreciate your support as we move forward. Thank you.
Mayor Doug Schmitz, you have 2 minutes for some final comments.
Being mayor has been a very rewarding experience for me. I enjoy being involved in city government and watching the growth of Cold Spring. And I have the knowledge of the positive differences that have occurred in Cold Spring. I truly believe I keep a lean focus on the budget and will continue working with the EDA on working with the grant company development downtown, working with them on our business park, continue working with our police and fire on the excellent police and fire coverage we have in Cold Spring. And I feel I've used good judgment on issues, and we can continue to make good judgments based on the facts that I have. I've listened to the constituents' concerns and made my decisions based on what I felt was the best for the city. And again, I would also like to thank Channel 10 and the Chamber for hosting this forum, And I would ask for your support and your vote on November 2nd to continue to serve as your mayor for the next 2 years. Thank you.
Mayor Doug Schmitz, Councilman Bob Thelen. This concludes tonight's debate. On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, we want to thank you for participating. We'd also like to thank folks in the audience that showed up for tonight's debate, and those that might be watching at home. Make sure you get out and vote. Thank you.